Welcome back. We've been talking about it all morning long. Housing costs rise, and some are asking if the city is doing enough to tackle the problem, from building affordable housing to cracking down on illegal Airbnbs. There are calls for more to be done and quicker. Joining me to discuss is the councillor from Mercier-Hochelaga-Maisonneuve, Alia, Hassan, Cournôl. Welcome back to the show, Alia.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, thank you.
So before,
very busy in MHN.
I guess a lot of work to be done. It's false to think politicians take the summers off. Actually, it's one of their busiest times. I know for a fact.
Indeed.
So before I get in to my first question about housing, I want us to listen to Conservative Party Canada leader Pierre Poilievre, because he's been attacking, the municipal response to the housing crisis, saying, and he's been scoring a lot of political points, that he's saying, you know what, I will attack the municipal gatekeepers that are preventing the building of affordable housing. Let's have a listen.
We need to approve high-density apartments around every future transit station, something we don't do now. There are many stations across the country that took millions of dollars to build, but there's very little housing around them, even though there's available land. And that means that we're not getting the maximum potential out of the massive expense that we put into those transit stations. The federal government funds transit. My common sense plan is to use that funding as leverage. I'm going to say to the big city mayors, if you want federal money for your transit station, you have to approve high-density apartments all around them so that seniors and students don't even need to afford a car.
Your response?
Well, we've not been waiting for Pierre Poilievre to say that. I mean, we've been saying it since we've been in the opposition, that we need to build around metro station. And as a matter of fact, in Mercier-Hochelaga-Maisonneuve, that's exactly what we're doing right now around north of Assomption and south of Assomption. So nearby the metro station, there's a huge urban planning project to have like very high density and a lot of new condos and new housing units around there. What we need is not tons of condos. Where we need to be careful and where our administration is working, it's the type of housing we're building. And that's where the solution is. And for that, we need the money of Quebec and the help of the federal government. So thank you, Mr. Poilievre, for the comment. But really, that's what the job of the city of Montreal has been done for the 10 past years.
But Alia, numbers unveiled today show that housing starts in Quebec, and especially Montreal, are down year to year. And when compared to other provinces, and provinces where we all return to, like Ontario and BC, Vancouver and Toronto, where we're always saying, well, it's more expensive over there, but they have more expense. It's much more expensive to buy housing over there. They have the interest rates, they have inflation, yet they're building more. Why aren't we building more? We know it's the solution to a lot of our issues right now. I still can't understand why Blue Bonnets, after 6 years of your administration, has not gotten off the ground. So why do we have the impression that we are not doing what it takes in terms of building new housing in Montreal compared to others?
Well, you said it right. The impression, because it's not true. It's not a fact. Right now, just to give you an example, downtown, city center, since the beginning of this year, it's 3,000 new residential units. 3,000 downtown, right for the Montrealers. But what we also need, and we've been saying it since the last budget, the last provincial budget, is more funding to have affordable and social housing. And just yesterday in my district, Rue Sicard, we've been buying a new residential, we've been buying a residential building to save 22 rooming house, 22 maisons de chambre. And what we need to focus on is, yes, of course, building new residential units, new condos, but making sure that people that are the most vulnerable, that are the most affected by the inflation, the high interest rates, that can be triggered and by homelessness, have a roof over their head.
Mm-hmm.
And what we need right now is more money from the provincial government. And I mean, David, you've been at the provincial level,
Mm-hmm.
and you know that so well. The money for social and affordable housing is coming from Quebec's pockets, and we need it. It's urgent. Mayor Plante has been tackling the provincial government on that issue, and we are doing way more than our responsibilities. Out of the pocket of the city of Montreal, just yesterday, 1.5 million to buy and save those 22 rooming outs. The preemption right that we have, we're using it to save lands, buy new buildings, have more units. So we're really doing the work. Can we do more? Yes, and we're doing it. But do we need help? Of course.
Oh, okay. So I get that the provincial government needs to do more. I agree. But at the same time, when I see the city's budget, I mean, it's almost $7 billion. And you look at your budget this year, $500 million for bike pass and over $350 million in surplus. Couldn't there be part of that money going towards social housing? Because we just heard Winston Chan. I mean, Chinatown is having trouble. We've been talking about Émilie Gamelin for years. I mean, aren't there some choices the city could make to invest more in social housing?
Well, you know that very well. Our administration, since the beginning of the first mandate, 2017, had made housing a priority. It was never a priority under the last administrations. And we've been putting a lot of money inside the budget only for housing. We've been changing the structure of the city of Montreal. And of course, if we have surplus, if we have more money, it's going into our priority, housing, sustainable development. So if we can do more, we're doing more. And each opportunity we have to buy lands, to buy new, to save buildings and to save rooming house, we're doing it. Yesterday, we did it. We did it in Verdun. A few weeks ago, we did it in the Southwest. So, of course, if we can put more money, we're doing it. But, I mean, the structural problem, the reality is that Montreal needs more money from Quebec because, come on, we're not going to tax up again and again the Montrealers for housing. We need the government, the provincial government, to help us and help cities that are the most affected by vulnerability, by the increasing interest rate, by the inflation, to help us. A lot of people are living in the cities, and that problem is true in Montreal, in Toronto, and Vancouver, but it's becoming true in Quebec, in Sherbrooke, and all the Quebec regions. And for that, we need to continue working hand in hand between cities and push the government to do more. It's an emergency. Everyone needs a roof, and we cannot have, you know that so well. It's also a very direct response to fight homelessness.
Sure.
And
absolutely.
I mean, we're doing the work. We're going to continue doing the work. We're very, very involved and engaged and upfront when it comes to housing. And come on, we've changed all the bylaws. The Règlement pour une métropole mixte is an innovation in terms of city bylaws in North America. And of course, if we can do more, we're going to do it. But we cannot do it alone. And that's the reality. It's not pushing against Quebec. It's the reality. As cities, as city leader, as municipal leader, we're living in.
All right. Going to have to leave it at that. Always a pleasure, Alia. Thank you for your time.
All right. Thank you so much, David.
Alia Hassan Cournôl is councillor for Projet Montréal in Mercier-Hochelaga-Maisonneuve.